Welcome. It's the cats. We on Intellectual Radio. We on iHeartRadio. And we on Facebook Live many
Many
a
a time.
time. We here, the cat act. Meow, meow. Let me tell you guys something. Today's show is really going to be first of all, are in today. I want you guys to come on in, tag, invite, bring it. I tell a lot of stuff going on here in the city of Chicago, but not all news is bad news. We got some good stories, we got some bad stories, but what's more you?
Okay. Well, my name is Tisha Banner. My niece is Yasminda Mitchell by birth. Uh, and y'all, but I embrace it because I love my husband. But listen, y'all. So excited, but I for her for quite a while with no help from Chicago PD, being stonewalled by DHS. I mean, my family not getting what we needed from this. As Vera said, got in touch with her from Atlanta. That was day before yesterday evening. I got a call from Vera, y'all, yesterday morning.
I tell you guys, I have some things going on myself with my family, but us when we can't reach out to help other people in need. So again, I'm excited that we got this baby back home. I know that we're only just beginning, and thank you so much for at least saying thank.
It is. I just got off the phone with my daddy. Daddy's good, y'all. But he said something. I said, yes. He said, why? Explain it to him again. I get weak. He make me explain it to him. Listen, every mom, auntie, cousin, brother, whatever, everybody that can hear me right now, thank you, Mr. Bear, for this chance. But if you all have any way of reading the book of Job, let me tell you something. The book of Job will explain everything to you because at
The logo that's affiliated with the Cats Out Foundation. So again, so happy ending over. We still got. I'm just saying where it started. This spearheaded from the Cats Out Foundation and Martin. Everybody got in and did their part, but I cannot miss the opportunity to say that when God has used Martin here and speak, brother, we definitely want to hear from you.
Well, it was Vera reached out to me and invited me on to her about the 13-year-old miss. And so I appreciate you, Vera, for inviting me. And I use my little expertise, and we put our platform together, and a lot of people jumped on board, but the original person that Vera, I'll say that, we want to get the truth out. Vera and myself, we told Miss T that we would be. Matter of fact, we didn't even video at the same time. I said, go ahead, Vera, you video, then I'll video when you get off. We want to call. We weren't trying to outshine one another. This is what unity looks like. When we out there, it's not our different platforms about oneness. But at the end of the day, the Bible says you got to give honor to whom honor is due, and that's what we want to do. It's by God's grace that Vera opened up her platform. I opened up my platform on the ground. We didn't.
I know that's right. And again, we're going 2 for 2. So we got, you know what? And let me, within a few hours, it happened with the young lady, that with the 22-year-old. Then it turned around and happened yesterday. And man, I am excited. And again, I want to thank every other platform that came. We couldn't have did it without your help, and did it from the elected officials by themselves. We can't call the police and up. They show up when. So we didn't wait on no po. We didn't wait on aldermen. We didn't wait on the mayor. We knew that it was action that needed to be taken, and we took action. So that's what I'm excited about. And Martin, the next time it's time to take action.
A person shout out to Jamal Green, he did show up.
Yes.
He did show up. Lamont, they did show up. We thank them, but they didn't spearhead this though. This thing was spearheaded between me and Vera. That's where it is, and that's how it be. And I stand behind my word. Y'all know I don't be in a lot of mess. On the one umbrella and try to make this thing happen. And the credit don't go to no one views yesterday. Shout out to him. Yeah, but peace out to you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's not here. He's with another battle today, but he's here in spirit. So again, James, yeah, he went out and did the thing yesterday as well. But we got Monique in the building, and we got Roosevelt here that was out on yesterday. We're gonna give.
Just a few minutes ago. What's up, Roosevelt? Even Roosevelt.
What's up, man?
Roosevelt got there before me. He said, Martin, I'm here. Where's everybody at? I said, I'm on my way. So, hey, it's a wonderful God for you. You was the first one that broke that case. It's on the record. It's on the record. What day was that? September the 13th?
No, that was actually September the 12th. And if we're gonna let the cat out the bag, it was September. And on that live, I say people out here. We need people out, 1,000 people. And we spoke that in the universe. And I called your name then. The first name I called was Martin G. Johnson. Where you at? But very next day, the Most High saw fit to bring over 1,000 and some people out there, and nobody was out there, but they didn't have. So again, I'm humble because I'm led by God. I'm not doing anything on my own, under into the Most High God to help me because I don't know nothing.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Hey, shout out to Earl too. Tell him I said what's up. Yeah.
He said hey, but
I went on the record. I went on the record because anybody that know my reputation, I don't be on Facebook beating, but I like to get the truth. When I go to the crime scene, I'm looking for the truth. I think I want to know the truth. And anytime I speak, I want to be recognized and known as telling the truth, and I'm going to tell the truth. Now, if I'm wrong, Vera, I will apologize, and in private.
baby Samaje, I was out there. I was in one area. I don't even know where I was at, but I was on the tells me to do because I can't operate on my own accord. So again, Martin, just like you've been a minute, I've been letting the bag
Right.
for a long time.
That's right. So you ain't new to this, huh?
Just true to it. That's it. That's
That's
it.
it. Okay, God bless y'all. Love y'all. Keep the good work, Vera. We don't let this stop right here now. We got 20, 30 more.
We just see how dynamic. Matter of fact, we're gonna change our name to the dynamic duo. Our whole team with us. We're gonna have the whole squad. We squadded up.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And to the family, I'm glad you guys got your loved one back. If you're listening, I love you guys. Anytime I can help, if I'm available, hey, I'm here to quarter. I don't charge a dime. And I'm not asking for no money, and I'm not taking no donations for no family.
At all. If you want to give the family, I'm not taking donations for nobody family but mine. Now you want to give donations to my family, then we can do that. But I'm not taking donations for nobody else. But thank you, Martin.
All right.
All right, talk to you later. So listen, you guys, if I know there are ones missing, or you may have, you know, not maybe so much of a good story. Maybe your loved one came up and your story didn't end. So right now, while we're celebrating with the families who do have a good story, we ask that you not look at this one way. We do realize it's a time to laugh. It's a time to fight. It's also a time to be humble. So while we celebrated with, we went through yesterday, and we went through it because we were ended with a happy ending. Bodies missing. There's girls missing right now. And just because you don't hear about it on CEN or on the news station, posted on what's really going on. Because sometimes your best news be from the cat at war looking for kids, sharing stories. But when the Tell Live Vision any better, we looking at them like, oh my God, the Tell Live look the most powerful. But I am so glad that we got people that's letting it cat and check on a regular day, people inform. So that way, everybody is not asleep. Some folks are awakened to what's going on. And if you don't know, there is not just a few kids in a in Chicago told. There are still young girls missing, bigger than us. And my question is how many people gonna get from the Tell Life victim for you to find out the truth and get to work and do what you can do in order to make a difference? Because when it's all said and done, you part of the solution.
What
Amber alerts for those kids, it's because we ain't. I had to come to that conclusion. I'm not waiting on nobody to sound no Amber alert for me. Because guess what? If we got this big of a voice on social media, the Amber alert need to be sound when we sound it.
the police aren't doing anything, and the only reason why I out there and bring exposure to it too, because I mean it's been two day the news just got around a thing the other day, and a lady on Sunday, a lady or something like last week, and we get the police chief Eddie Johnson. I don't care no more. You know, said that there are all these killings or a serial killer in the city of Chicago when it's been rumored on possibly is a serial killer here in Chicago.
Not a serial killer. He may be a serial killer because I'm gonna tell you something. He getting up in the morning, eating breakfast, and by night, folks are coming. Whether it's 1 or 101, all we know is that something needs to be done. Can do to be a part of the. It don't make a
Well, like you
difference.
said, it started at home. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you something. These kids, they hard. And then people putting their kids out because they're giving them a hard time, or they just don't care where they at because they probably on drugs, alcoholics. And now you can't do that. Then they all come back, and then they don't care about the kids. So somebody in that family should step in.
Well, and then even in that case, let me just say this too. Even in that case, community, because there need to be parenting. Either they was going to abide by my rule. I know I was, because like I would tell them, these folks, I know everybody else's household is different. I'm just talking about for me and mine.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't playing, and I'm still not playing to this very day with these kids. I can't afford to play with them.
I ain't never played with mans either. I kicked kids' ass. Excuse me.
He always tells me that he don't stay with me.
Right. And another thing. I has a master's degree in psychology. She was a straight A student since first grade. The other one has her MBA, custom made wigs, custom made headboards. This kid is a genius. And to college and just bought her a brand new car herself. I have a 13-year-old that's right outside in that audience right now. Straight A student, artist. She could literally draw pictures, and you would think, I know this kid ain't drew this picture or painted this picture. I have a 7-year-old, Imani, another straight, still selling rocks. She done made over 9 and have sold them around the globe. Now I got grandchildren, straight A students, and they speak more than one language. My one of my grandchildren came home with her report card, straight A, super honor roll student. And the only thing I can say is, boy, them apples ain't because I said, oh, my mother was a straight A. But we set the standard and said, this is what our tree is going to look like. And we planted the seeds. So I don't care. Can't nobody tell me nothing no different. It's about what you feed your children. Is to go to grammar school. From grammar school, you go to high school. From high school, you go to college. And I'm also, through the grace of God, saying, and then from college, you go on to get your master's degree and then go on to get your doctorate. And when it's all said and done, you build your own.
But she's still a kid, and I ain't there all the time. So we might see the good stuff, but we really don't even really know what's going on for real. We really just don't, because I thought I did. And trust me, I'm something else I put my foot on my kid's neck. But they still gonna find
and everything. I'm a man, a teenager, and people from the South, they always told you smelling your pee. You think you're grown.
You're smelling yourself.
And you think you're a man. I know about it. 2 men can't live peacefully in the same house together. So, boy, what's
No, I pass on that fight. That battle is not for me.
Because even though he's blind or whatever, I don't think I could have won.
oh my
That's
God.
right. That's right.
That's coming from Roosevelt Sr.
That's right. And I'm not looking for nobody to pat me on my back or pat my mama on her back. I'm just telling you some of the things when I was
around Laramie and Adams, I believe, gang members, what they were on the corner doing, but you could probably figure that out. But you actually got out and actually spoke to them and all of that. One time you went to a funeral. I don't know if kind of courage that she had.
get it from my mama.
Even though I'm a man, I don't think he even talked to a group of gang members like.
What? And let me.
Afraid I'm gonna get shot.
And let me say this: the only reason why we're on this dead, and I'm gonna tell you, we are all equal. It's the best friend's problem. It's the pastor's problem. It's your problem. Because rather than us and what we can't do, if we would only focus on what we could do and do that, it's a higher credit. Again, the only reason why we got together to find that 13-year-old yesterday was because a lady from all the way in Atlanta that couldn't do nothing here in Chicago but sit back and go through her inbox and ask for help did that. And we linked up and we all came together. The Cats Out Foundation, we may have started it, both myself and, but there were other people that came out. We had Jamal Green came out. We had Lamont, 19 years old. That boy crazy. It's all outdoors.
Lamont Ricard.
Lamont Ricard came out and
help from the police. We have to go out there and do it ourselves. And that's messed up. What the police there for? They don't need to be there then if we got to go out and search for ourselves.
Wow. Well, hey, Atlanta, thank you for listening into the Cats Out show. Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Not live on your platform. Got more callers calling in. Show. This is Vera Giles Norris. Please stay. Wow, that was deep. And you know what? Hey, I don't have people. I look for the end because I done seen some real demon demonic people with titles. And I wouldn't mess with them on a good day. That's just my story. I'm sticking to it. And I done seen some folks that don't have a title. That if you call them, talk about things happen. So this is Vera Giles Norris speaking.
I think all hands on deck. All hands on deck need to be, involved in bringing in our youth, because we need, all hands on deck. I also feel like if you are called to the youth, then that's something that the police department maybe needs to get into, finding out whether or not, if this is something that, that they feel like they could go into the community and do. If you're not called to do that, then of course it's going to be ineffective.
All right. Well, hey, thank you, my sister. And do me a favor. Do me a favor and share the video. We appreciate your comment. And guess what? I totally agree. All hands on deck. Thank you.
All hands on deck. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right.
And I think she kind of misunderstood my question. It's not a question of whether the police do what is good? That's my, that
That's
was
your
the whole
question.
question. Right? Because that the police are not helping us and aren't doing anything.
One
So
second, caller.
my point was, are the police involved in what's happening to these people? Anytime we do a shooting, I sometimes don't believe that, it's gang members or drug dealers are shooting each other. I actually really believe the police are actually doing it. And then, because haven't you ever noticed anytime you hear about a shooting on the news, they always say this, how many people were shot, but there are no suspects in custody, but yet you never hear about it ever again. And who else would know and have the means and motive and ability to cover up a crime except a police officer? We as regular people couldn't do it, but yet
Caller.
police officers always could.
Caller,
They can
please.
do whatever they want.
Woo! That was deep. Caller, please state your name and city and state you're calling from. Woo!
Hi, this is Yana Mayer. I'm calling from Toledo, Ohio. Can you hear me?
Ohio is in the building. Hey, girl,
Ma'am.
how you doing?
Good. I'm so proud of you guys and the work you put in yesterday. But a lot of people are asking on my platform because a lot of times we hear the stories they're found, but we never know the story behind it. So how was she found and where was she found and where has she been?
Well, here's the thing, and we're gonna cover that on another platform as well. But someone called with the tip, and they spotted her, and she was at somebody's house staying with them over on 68th, not far from where we were at. What she was doing there all that time and who exactly the person was, we don't know that as of yet. But I guarantee you, when we find out, we're gonna let it be known. We do know that it wasn't all good. We know that for sure. And the police actually came and got her from the house.
Wow. So the people that had her, will they be charged with anything?
That's what I was just going to ask.
Well, we don't know that as of yet. I do not know it from my platform, but that's some of the stuff that we'll be going over today and some of the questions that we will be asking exactly who had this baby. We do know that some guys had her cell phone, and that's how we knew where she was at. We knew what area to go to because her cell phone had been tracked. And those guys that had her cell phone, they knew that the story that they told did not add up. So the only way they were able to track this girl was because of the guys that had her cell phone. And that was the area that they were in.
So she was reported missing 2 weeks ago.
She was reported missing 2 weeks ago, but she was in state's custody. So the auntie could not do anything with because DCFS and the state has to do what they have to do, and you cannot do a missing persons report without the proper authorization. So she could not do it.
DCFS, they need to revamp their whole system. They're failing our kids constantly. She could have died waiting on that, and that could have been overlooked, and they could have just been looking for her. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we literally saw the fight, and we saw this lady going through the hassle that she went through in order to get this story out. But again, I like to let people tell their own story. Because whenever you start trying to tell somebody else's story, it can get twisted and turned.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let her tell her own story, but I'm going based off of the live interview. It's on my page. This is Vera Giles Norris, and from the live interviews that we did yesterday, it lets us know from her mouth what she had experienced, and then even on her page, you can see that she was looking for her child. Her, the friends, the cousins, the aunties, and everybody.
So what I'm getting at is that they found her at another adult's house. That's what I'm getting at. She was at
she was at somebody else's house. I don't know if it was an abandoned building because we went into a lot of buildings where the doors were open, but I don't know if anybody physically was supposed to live there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So there are a lot of those houses on the south side that you can just go move in whenever you get ready.
They thought they had a kid nobody cared about. They didn't want.
Right, that's what I'm getting at because I'm like, if she was reported missing and she was found with adults, they should be in jail.
Well, some people may have been arrested. We don't have all that information because when the tip came in from our live, the tip came in and they called the police and then called 911 and they went to the house. Caller, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We got another call coming in. Thank you.
Some of this.
It's the Cats Out Show. This is Vera Giles Norris speaking. Go ahead with your question or comment, please.
There's only so much they're gonna tell you.
It's gonna be more come out about it.
You got to speak up a little bit, please, so we can hear you.
I think the police is involved because how is it all this stuff?
You think the police is involved because of all of the stuff that's happening? What city and state are you calling from? Hello?
Can you hear me, Chicago?
Yep, you're calling from Chicago. Thank you so much for that comment. We appreciate you. Okay.
It would make sense that they were involved, especially saying she reported this child missing 2 weeks ago.
And I think
nobody did anything, and now all of a sudden she found. Some of that stuff makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes it's just the pressure, because a lot of times I think cases go unsolved and stuff like this happen is because nobody has the foot power or the manpower to put pressure on the situation.
People just don't care no more.
And if you put pressure on it in the beginning, then I believe that things will happen. A lot of times you have to, first of all, wait 24 hours to even say that people are missing.
Yeah, but we're talking about since May 30th.
Yeah.
And do you actually still believe that also, too, this could also be like a racial component?
Yeah.
Because if it was a little, excuse me
like
for saying so, I'm not trying to be or trying to make it like so racial or whatever. So please, everybody on YouTube or Facebook who's listening to me, don't take it like that. But if it was like a little white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, named Becky or Rebecca or whoever, who was missing in that same area, or the police would have solved that along like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I just don't think that we just get enough, care by the
That's why
authorities
it all
or something.
looks so weird to me.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't. Vera, I'm pretty sure you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We don't get enough, but yet, they always told us from childhood all the way up until now, until one day or something, God takes us away from here, that the police is supposed to be our friend and that they're here to serve and protect all of us. But it seems like they're only here to serve and protect a certain amount of people. It's not everybody. And I just feel that it's so uneven. The justice in this country is so uneven. And even when something happens to us, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nothing ever happens for us to help us or anything. It's nothing in place, right? That's right.
And again, I hate to be the one to have this third eye that's open, but I'm just going to tell it like I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And we proved it yesterday. I'm not waiting on police. I'm not waiting on elected officials. We elect officials. And so we got to, first of all, come together as a unit and stop being in competition with one another and putting each other down. And first of all, realize that we are all we have.
Mm-hmm.
Because we expect for little Becky to be found.
Mm-hmm.
We don't expect to get the same type of attention in our neighborhood. I believe that it's time for us to start expecting that. And in order to start expecting that, we got to be willing to do the work in order to make that happen. So on day one, when little Keisha is missing, we done did everything we needed to do. We done covered our own grounds for little Keisha. I'm not waiting on nobody else to help me find nobody. I'm not helping nobody to help me take care of my community. I'm going to do that because it's my community. And that's the one thing that we don't do as a community that other people do. And we need to stop looking at the race card and start looking at, first of all, how are we spending our money? What are some of the things that most people, I can go knock on half of those doors. The credit scores are low because we don't take value in what our credit is. We think that if you got a 500, that's okay. It's not. We don't have insurance. We don't know nothing about having life insurance like we should on our children. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret. I'm going to let this cat out the bag. If every person in the African American community took out policies on themselves and their children, the powers that be would not allow so many young children to hit that ground. They couldn't afford to pay for them when they hit it. Hold on. Caller. Thank you for calling in. Please tell us the city and state that you're calling from, please.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee is in the building. What that say?
Stop banging.
First, I get honor for God. I feel like what's wrong with Chicago is
The police behind it. They got these young black men, that's gang members, making sure they don't go to jail, putting them out there, snatching all little black young women, our queens, and taking them away and using them as little prostitutes, little slaves, and half of the young ladies that's missing in Chicago, all they doing is bringing them to Memphis, bringing them to Tennessee, and having them out here working, and the parents cannot find them because the police not going to allow them to find them because they working them.
And that's why we have to come together as a unit. Because guess what? What goes on in Memphis is also going on in Chicago. What's going on in Chicago is going on in Texas. What's going on in Texas is also going on in other countries. And if we learn how to say, you know what, we all we got. And it's not about race, because guess what? Other races can join with us. It's all about good and evil. It's all the war is against love and hate. Those people who love to hate, those are the people that we in battle with. But those people that love to love, those are the people that we ready to team up with. And we can do more with love and with light than we can do with hate and darkness. And that's where we got to show up and show out. That's what.
It's just not black young ladies coming up missing. In Memphis, we have black young ladies and white young ladies coming up missing. And our police is not looking for the black young ladies or the white young kids that's coming up missing. So we out here have to do the same thing. Go out there and reach, touch this one, we get together and go look for our kids.
That's it. That's it. Hey, Carla, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Be sure to share the video. You are awesome on purpose. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
What's on your mind?
I'm still trying to figure out what the heck happened. I'll find out later.
Caller, please state your city and state where you're calling from. This is Vera Giles Norris from the Cats Out Show.
Hi, Vera. This is Zenolphin Spa Moulton. I'm calling from Chicago area. I live in the North Lawndale area.
Hello there. How are you? Give us your city. Give us your comment or your question, please.
Basically, to me, it seems that the police, Chicago is a great area. And it's basically wanted. Everybody want to live in Chicago. But it seems to me that they let all this crime go on because it's predominantly black. So once this area become a Caucasian area, then that's when you're going to start getting answers. I live in the North Lawndale area, and I remember right across the street from me, I had a white neighbor, and basically something happened. They called the police. The police came right out. I called the police. It took the police X amount of time to come to where we had an issue at. So it's a difference. It is a difference. And you're right. It takes the community to make a change. And, they call North Lawndale the ghetto area. Yeah, ghetto. I always call it Gitmo because I'm not going to run from an area because crime is going on. We have to stick together and fix our own crime in our communities. That's what they do.
That's what they do. And I'm going to tell you, thank you, because you brought up an important fact. Not only is that what they do, they know how to police their block. Exactly. Each one is looking out for the next. They do little simple things like get cameras on their houses. They're not getting cameras on their houses just to watch their house. The cameras on the houses also watch the neighbor's house because I am my brother and my sister's keeper. And they know how to love their neighbors. So they're like, hey, Becky, I'm going out of town. And Becky, would you do me a favor? Watch the dog, watch the house. And they looking out for each other. But instead, we over here, when we say we going out of town, we literally got to sneak out of town. You can't tell everybody. Because your neighbor come crawling through your window, done stole your flat screen TV, PlayStation, and jewelry, and red bottoms too. And don't even get me twisted, we'll steal your vibrator out the drawer if it's a big one.
Oh, really?
Okay. So we need to do the things that they're doing. The other things that they do is they know how to place value on their children. So they're doing things like when their children are born, they already got $1 million policy. They already got college tuition paid for through life insurance. We rather take our kids to Toys R Us and thank God they going out of business. But we rather take our kids to Toys R Us and to make sure that they got the new Jordans on, but they ain't got no life insurance. They ain't got no college savings. Nothing.
Yep.
And on top of that, they got D's in school, and we want to say, "Ooh, you got a D. You doing real well. That's my baby. He got a whole D. Turn up. The fuck."
Yeah. We're not.
That's what they say. That's what they say. I never heard you quite put it like that before, but that's exactly what they say.
I learned that language. But that's what we do. And then we can't even go to the store. We can't even go to the store. They is crazy over here.
We just never heard you say that.
Y'all know I'm not tripping. But here's the thing. They don't used to hear me cursing like that either.
Oh, no, that's why.
But here's the other thing is that we got a whole 5 credit score. We can't, and literally a 5 is what we call good. We can't even go to the store and buy grocery on credit. Cause we done had, by the time the children is 10, they done had a light bill, a phone bill, and a card note in their name. We done tarnished our credit, then they turn around and tarnish the kids' credit, and it's just a generational curse. And the only thing that's gonna turn that around is for us to do the little simple things. And my platform, and I'm gonna pub for myself, because if nobody ever come along to encourage you, be ready to encourage yourself. And if nobody ever come along to pub you, pub yourself. I'm showing people how to build their own credit. I'm giving out free life insurance quotes, because I'm gonna show you how to take that Big Mac and a small fry and save it for a rainy day. And I'm sorry, hold on. And save it for a rainy day in case you need to have that for your children. And if we don't place value on these children's head, the powers that be definitely ain't gonna give them no value. So what would make you think I'm coming to your hood with no cameras, with no team support, no neighborhood watch group, and I'm gonna find your baby that you ain't even got a $5,000 policy on? Your baby don't even mean $5,000 for you, to you. And you think I care about your baby? I'm looking for $1 million babies. I'm not looking for no $5 crackhead babies. That's what the powers that be that say. So if you don't put no value on your own baby, don't get mad at me for letting the cat out the bag and telling you the truth.
Miss Vera.
Yes, ma'am.
I just think we do. We need to educate the community. We need more education in the community. First, like when it comes to credit and certain things, people don't think about that. It's like, I'm educated because I know I work with that. I'm an underwriter. I do credit. I look at it every day. I know how to make money. I know how to invest. I know how to do all those things. And it's like, well, we need to educate our community. And then when you do try to educate certain ones, it's like, oh, she thinks she knows too much. No, I don't think I know too much. I'm just educated and I know what I'm talking about. But I don't mind sharing my knowledge.
Make sure you inbox me and tell me who you are. Inbox me. Because I'm going to tell you something. In this season, I'm not casting my pearl before swine. And I'm not going out on no platform talking about I'm trying to educate my people. I'm going to educate the people that want it. You're going to have to ask for it. You have not because you ask not. But I'm not jumping on no platform trying to save everybody. Even Harriet Tubman said, I would have freed more if only they knew they were slaves. And for the ones that didn't come with her, she cut their heads off so that they couldn't talk. So my line is that for the people that's going to be in our room and the people that's going to get the information is those people who seek the information. I'm not trying to save everybody because don't everybody want to be saved. And one thing about trying to save everybody, imagine somebody drowning, and I know I can't swim. But one of the things, the worst things you can do is jump in the water and try and save somebody that's drowning and they in panic mode. They will drown you with them. So in this season, we got to know whose water we getting in. Make sure you inbox me so we can connect.
Definitely. Okay, most definitely I will. And thanks.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate it. All right. Where we at, y'all? Turn up.
The fuck?
Woo! The phone lines are open. These people is crazy around here. Yes, we are. It's real. So again, you guys, if you guys are not already following the platform, yeah, we turning up in here. If you guys are not already following the platform, make sure you guys follow. We're really looking for just a few great people. We're really looking for a few great people, and we need you. Only helping people who want to be helped. Yes, ma'am. That's right, Rochelle. Rochelle. Awesome. BFF. What's up?
And I just think that whatever you're doing and if to help people, I believe that's also a wonderful thing because that's something that we need in, our community is people who would be willing to give this knowledge about, how to make money and how to do life insurance or even how to, get your credit and everything straight. And, you have that know-how or something, I believe you're the know-how.
That's right. That's right.
Even though you make us laugh too, but hey.
Thank you. I appreciate the comments, you guys. Yes. So again, you guys, I can't even make this stuff up. This is the coming to the end of our show today. We thank you guys for tuning in. We thank you guys for sharing the video. If you've not yet had a chance to share the video, that's one of the most powerful things you can do today. Is go ahead and hit the share button. If you don't see the share button, log out and come back in and hit the share button. The devil trying to stop you from blessing somebody. That's what it is. But we will not be moved. Go out, hit the share button. It's the cats. We're here today. And this message, we may have found a little humor in it, but it's serious. Even as we speak, someone is passing out flyers. Another mother has gotten a phone call. Another daddy has gotten the bad news that another child may be missing, beaten, abused, or found in some garbage can. We have a responsibility to do what we can do to be a part of the solution. No longer will we wait. No longer will we point the finger. The only finger we're pointing is back at ourselves. What would I do in this season to make a difference? It starts with me. So again, you guys, it's the cats. We on Intellectual Radio. We on iHeart Radio. And we on Facebook Live many a times. And we here. We did it. We gangster with it. We just let the cat out the bag.
No matter what I do, no matter what I say, seems like no one is happy. People living without a voice. Seems like no one really has a choice. I feel free.